Level 6, the Battalion Chief. You're 43. You oversee multiple firehouses now. 5 companies across 3 stations in Lower Manhattan. You're not responding to every fire. You're commanding the response. You arrive on scene, assess, and deploy. You're the tactical brain above the chaos. You sit in an SUV with a radio and a map. You don't pull hose anymore. You read the building. You read the fire. You direct companies like pieces on a board. It's a different kind of pressure, slower looking from the outside, heavier on the inside. A high-rise fire in the financial district tests you. 22nd floor. Elevator shafts acting as chimneys. Stairwells filling with smoke faster than the ventilation teams can clear them. Civilians still above the fire floor. You've got 11 companies on scene. Radio traffic is constant. 3 lieutenants are asking for direction simultaneously. You go calm. You triage the transmissions. You prioritize the civilian rescue above the fire attack. You redirect 2 engine companies to exposure protection. You call for a second alarm before you think you need it. Because by the time you know you need it, it's too late. The fire is controlled in 47 minutes. All 11 civilians are evacuated above the fire floor. No firefighter injuries. The debrief takes longer than the fire. You pick apart every decision. You find 2 you'd change. That's not failure. That's how you stay sharp. You understand something now. At this level, the mistakes you don't examine become the disasters you don't survive. Level 7, the Deputy Chief. You're 47. You oversee an entire borough. Hundreds of firefighters, dozens of companies. Your decisions don't just affect firehouses, they affect policy, budget cycles, training standards, equipment procurement. You spend more time in meetings than at fire scenes. That's the hardest transition. You fought for 25 years with your hands. Now you fight with data, testimony, and strategy. You present before the fire commissioner. You advocate for resources. You push back on proposals that look efficient on paper but get people killed in the field. One proposal would cut overnight staffing at 3 Staten Island companies to reduce overtime costs. The numbers make sense on a spreadsheet. You present a counter-analysis, response time data, historical call volume, risk mapping. You bring in 2 retired chiefs who work those areas. You make the case plainly. You will save money. And when a house fire becomes a fatality because response was 90 seconds too slow, we will all sit in that hearing and explain why we made this choice. The proposal is shelved. No one thanks you. The firefighters in those companies don't know this conversation happened. That's the job. You understand something that took you 25 years to learn. The most important fires you fight are the ones the public never hears about. Level 8, the Assistant Chief. You're 51. You're now one of the highest-ranking uniformed officers in the department. You sit in headquarters at Metro Tech Center in Brooklyn. Your decisions shape how 11,000 firefighters operate across 5 boroughs. You oversee citywide operations, training curriculum, and emergency response coordination with the NYPD, OEM, and federal agencies. The September 11th memorial services happen every year while you're in this role. You attend every single one. You read the names with the same weight each time. 343 firefighters. In one morning, you carry that number, not as a statistic, as a responsibility. You push through a new high-rise evacuation protocol that takes 3 years to implement. Or you restructure the collapse rescue training program after an after-action analysis reveals gaps. You negotiate with the City Council for 40 new apparatus units across underserved districts. None of it makes the front page. A reporter calls once, asking for a quote about a dramatic rescue in Brooklyn. You redirect the credit to the company on scene. I just make sure they have what they need, you say. You mean it. You understand something at this altitude. The further you are from the fire, the more responsible you are for the people inside it. Level 9,